Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to blast it. I'm not going to let it go by the grace of God. We're going to push this until our brother and the family down there get justice. So
Praise be to Allah.
all right, so you let the family know that we are working on their behalf, and whatever they want us to do, we're their servant.
Yes, sir. I surely will tell them, and I thank you so much for allowing me these few minutes on the air so that we could allow people in the immediate and far wide community to see what is going on in the little city of Greenwood, Mississippi. And of course, I'm going to send you the love from all of the brothers from Greenwood and Sunflower, Mississippi. They all thank you so much for what you're doing right now for all of us in this area.
Well, praise the Lord. And we're on standby. And thank you again, Brother Larry. We really appreciate that. And what we're going to do, we're going to be in touch with you because we're going to reach out for other radio stations here. And here's the time now. They say they want to help our people. Here's the time for them to prove that they want to help our people. And we're going to see what they're going to do. So,
yes, sir.
In your closing statement, you can make it, and then we're out of here.
Well, again, we want to absolutely bring up the fact that black life is worth a lot. We've gone through quite a bit to get to where we are right now. Some of the strongest people on the planet is these black people right here in the Delta of Mississippi and all over the United States of America. And the more we value black life, then the less we'll do and others will do to us what they're doing and then cause us to forget about it and walk away, and then, everything is swept under the rug. So remember, you are God's chosen, and let us start to proving it by coming together and being closely connected as a people.
Thank you so very much, Brother Larry, and we'll be in touch. Assalamu
Thank
alaikum.
you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Audience, I'd like to thank you all again for giving us this time, and Brother Zarek. See, these are the kind of things why this show is so important.
Yes,
we
sir.
have to be able to expose the injustice that's going on with our people, and that's why we have the radio program called The Voice of the People. See, because look, down there they're going to try to they're trying to sweep it under the rug. But by the grace of God, we're not going to let them do that. Because soon I'm going to invite, by the grace of God, the mother up here to go on every talk show we can get her on. We can't no longer allow the enemy to hang our brother in 2010 and then say he committed suicide. And we just go back to business as usual. No. We must stand up for ourselves. And here's the opportunity now for us to do so. And I thank you again for allowing us to be on this show.
Well, Brother Minister Sharif, I want to say to you that the brother that most people who heard on the phone, they don't have any idea of who he is. He's not just a voice that someone has actually given information to in regards to the situation. Brother Larry has a history in the Nation of Islam. I know personally, out of the 20 years that I've been in the Nation of Islam, 10 of them I've spent directly up under our former Brother Eddie Muhammad, who has a book that's out that passed. May Allah be pleased with him. But Brother Larry as well, being a student captain, a student minister, and now being in Greenwood, now was at a certain point in Greenville. Brother Larry is definitely somebody that has the type of critique when it comes to information, that he's a follow through type of person, and a make it happen type of man. And I know you know that because he quite frequently would tell me what he could allow me to participate in and share with me as your position being in the Supreme Captaincy, what his responsibilities were. So you know what type of brother he was then and is now. And I also want to say that I want to offer my condolences as well as those who share the same sentiment with the family and as well as the community, because when you take a child's life or someone's life, that I understand in commerce they said that there are only really two types of crimes that they look at in commerce. Brother Minister Sharif, that they say that are so-called taxable or punishable by way of being sentenced by a court inside of a wall. And those crimes are, one, the physical crime against someone's property, because a man or woman put thousands of man hours into, or hundreds of man hours, or an idea into that particular idea to formulate that particular item for people to benefit in humanity. So whether it be an invention, whether it be the light bulb or whatever. But the other one, which is more important than the first, is to destroy the house that God made. And I recognize that because we're in an hour today that most of our people are still under the presumption that, it's still because we have a president that has now been elected, and we're in a position where we have arrived and that America has changed its course of direction.
Mm-hmm.
But most of us don't understand that in 2010, we're still in a position where we still suffer some of the crimes that you, being my senior, have probably seen greater than a lot of our people. And I wanted to segue into that because I know that you're originally from the state of Georgia. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. That's absolutely correct.
And you probably can explain some of the things that you've gotten a chance to been either afflicted with by way of just being in a certain time that you were born in, and or some of the things that you've dealt with that may deal with this particular claim here or this case.
Yes, sir, but we don't even have to go back that far. I mean, things are happening right
Yes, sir.
now.
Yes,
just
sir.
like in 2010, they just hung our brother. But look, it's many like that don't make the news. So we have fallen asleep and think that the good old days are here. When they're not here, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan teaches every day to tell us we got to wake up and unite. That's the problem with us as a people, black people. We must unite. See? And once we do that, we can stop just about 99% of the things that's happening to us. And now, this tragedy that has happened, we can't let it be swept under the rug anymore. I mean, I'm burning inside, man. And Louis Farrakhan told us before that when our brothers in Mississippi hurt, we should feel the pain in Atlanta.
That's right.
And we have to feel the pain all over this world of our people, man. Can you imagine what the mother and father are going through right now? That kind of pain. So we must unite. And that's why I'm saying on every airway we can get on, we got to get on and sound the alarm. Because it's
Yes,
time to
sir.
sound the alarm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you definitely have my support. Again, as many copies as we need to of this particular broadcast and any broadcast that deals with this particular case and situation, I want to make sure that I get forwarded it over to your office. I want to
Yes,
make
sir.
sure that any way that I can assist, whether it be in the form of mailing, whether it be in the form of even traveling to that particular city, because I understand that a lot of people think that because of the state that it's in, or that the location that our brother is calling us from, that some of our people again in 2010 perceive that some states aren't modern.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't recognize here, even in the Nation of Islam, precisely being that you're here, is that maybe about 60% of those who are in leadership in the Nation of Islam come directly about the South.
Right.
And the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has told us, for those of you who are listening and watching, that when the South rises, it is all over with. And we want an immediate end to injustice. And that's one of the points that's in the Final Call newspaper, where it talks about our brothers and sisters, an immediate end to political prisoners, and an immediate end to any injustice that deals with our people anywhere that we go. And so the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, being a great visionary who he is, and Minister Farrakhan being under his leadership, understood that particular principle, and so he's established a ministry up under that, the Ministry of Justice.
Yes, sir.
And so this is a call on those who are in that department, and as well as those of us who respect and understand justice, to come forward. So I definitely want to be in a position where I can show more and to help more. This is only a start for those who are watching and listening to our people getting an opportunity to have information. That is really the purpose of this show, that like the final call, that news that you would not normally get on a newsstand, you can get an opportunity to see and to hear and to consistently view and get that information, all factual, based upon our own research, all factual based upon all of the information that's getting most of what you don't receive in other areas. And so I thank Allah for the opportunity, that He would allow us in this time, in this day, for the information in the airwaves to come through in this manner. And with yourself, is there anything else that you would like to say?
Yes, sir.
Before we close?
Yes, I would like to say that there's a tape out, and it's called The Cotton Picking Truth.
Okay.
It was a documentary that was done in Mississippi showing that slavery exists right now. And you can get that documentary at Respect